So I just got done streaming Monster Hunter Wilds. I hunted tempered 8-star Staregios and I hunted tempered 8-star Lagiacrus. And I have thoughts. So first of all, I did a video a while ago which kind of looked into the difficulty of Arc-tempered Ray Dao, which was supposed to be the very first like really big challenge of the game. At least that's what it felt like back then. And it was a challenging monster, but it didn't really break any grounds, if you will, when it came to the difficulty of Monster Hunter Wilds and that friction that I really wanted from the series. So when they released the tempered 8-star monsters, Gormagala was the one that really challenged me. Gormagala, and honestly some of the other apexes like New Udra and what was the other one that I fought? I fought all of them, and Jindahad. Those guys really challenged you, at least more so than even Arc-tempered Ray Dao. I think Ray Dao's design in general just kind of leaves a little bit to be desired when it comes to difficulty and friction, but the other guys so far were really good, especially in those tempered 8 stars with the 5 purple stars. So when they announced Lagiacrus and Staregios, I was really looking forward to taking them on again, specifically Lagiacrus, because I love this monster. I've loved this monster since 3U. I think it's one of the best designed monsters in Monster Hunter. I really want one of its figures. I mean, I love it. I love it very much. So when it was announced that we were going to get a tempered 8-star version of it, you know I had to try it out. You know I was going to make a video about this. It's going to be slightly different than the last one. Last time I just kind of ran through the hunt and you guys just watched it kind of live. Not this time. It's going to be a quick review because I think there's a lot less to be said this time around. But yeah, let's just get through it. So first, fighting normal base Lagiacrus, non-tempered, was a lot of fun. I think the devs did fantastic work when it came to the fight, honoring the legacy of Lagiacrus and you know, the legacy of the 3rd generation of Monster Hunter, considering that that's when we had underwater fighting, and that was the, you know, introduction of Lagiacrus. They did a lot of really good stuff. They not only created a whole new area in the Scarlet Forest that's designed to bring in underwater combat, but the underwater combat also was surprisingly better than I expected. People thought it was going to be like on rails. It's not on rails. Yeah, you can't hit the monster. You kind of have to use your clutch claw, which I guess is kind of back, to like latch onto the monster, and then just, you know, you do an attack on top of it, either with a knife or with your weapon, and you kind of just rinse and repeat. Avoid the attacks that he throws at you. Maybe you can use some of the environmental damage stuff that's there, environmental like rocks, and I forget, I can't even tell you, I can't say it right now, but the point is you can use the environment to do some extra damage to it, and the whole segment when you're underwater is you're supposed to stop it from doing like this giant whirlpool of death. You have to do, it's like a DPS check, if you will. So really cool. I'm glad they did that. I think that it gave the hunt a lot of like very unique flavoring, right? It feels very different. This is, at least for now, in Wilds, a one-of-a-kind hunt. And that's amazing. So on top of that, they also added very few Easter eggs. Like they have the Wilds version of the Lagiacrus theme from Tri and 3U. And that version of its theme is really well done. They even threw in the leitmotif from the main theme of Tri and 3U, which is fantastic. I don't know, specifically I think it was Tri's theme. Then when you beat the monster, you hear the victory theme, the quest end theme from Tri and 3U. Beautiful stuff. I loved it. Besides that, tempered 8-star then is just that, but harder. I didn't notice any new moves. I didn't notice any different speed with the monster either. It all felt pretty similar in terms of that. What I did see was just a lot more damage. And obviously a lot less wounds. These tempered 8 stars now, it takes a lot to break open a wound and do those focus attacks on it. Or focus strikes, right? I think this was one of the better tempered monsters. It was a lot of fun fighting Lagiacrus. He is just very fast. He hits hard, which is one of my most favorite things about him. He's just relentless. But his moves are a lot more telegraphed than I expected. So I thought Lagiacrus was going to be the harder one of the two, So I ended up fighting Seregios first. And Seregios, we took like 3 hunts to take it down. Carded quite a few times just to his he is, you know what, I take it back. Lagiacrus isn't necessarily relentless. Seregios, that dude is super relentless. That man does not stop moving and kicking and going around doing crazy stuff. So he's not overly difficult. It's just that his moveset is a lot faster than Lagiacrus in general. So, unfortunately, Lagiacrus just isn't as hard as I expected. Isn't as difficult. The fight, however, it is incredibly memorable. It's one of the best ones in Wilds, and I think that the Tempered 8-star will provide a challenge. But just comparisons, which, you know, I don't necessarily need to compare everything, but for the sake of comparison, Seregios is a harder monster, and still Gormagala is the top dog. I don't think so far no other monster comes close to the challenge that the Tempered 8-star Gormagala presented, which is a shame. I really thought Lagiacrus would be up there, but I think it's just a matter of the design. I don't think Lagiacrus is designed in general to be that kind of oppressive monster that's constantly keeping you on the run, kind of. Not like Gormagala and Seregios anyway. So yeah, but still a very fun fight. It's definitely worth doing if you don't have the mats for the weapons or the armor and you do want to make them. I'd suggest just doing the tempers if you can. It's a lot more fun and it feels more rewarding to get them. I did notice too that with this update they kind of dropped the drop rate of the parts from rewards, so that might prove more challenging if you choose to do the tempered hunt. I don't know, up to you. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. Tempered Lagiacrus was a lot of fun. I don't think I would call him necessarily hard. Not like Gormagala. I think Gormagala is a difficult, hard monster. Lagiacrus is a challenging monster that does feel like it's bringing back some of the friction I mentioned, just at a lesser extent. I think that Seregios and Gormagala still top it, but in terms of fight design, you know, memorability, I honestly think Lagiacrus takes it for me. I love that fight so much. So thank you to the devs for making this fight fantastic. So yeah, that's me checking out. Thank you so much for checking the video, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think Lagiacrus is challenging enough, or do you wish that it was a little bit more challenging? Let me know. We'll just keep waiting for Master Rank, because I'm sure that's where we'll get the real well-designed monsters. Well, better designed monsters. What am I saying? These monsters are great. I think it's a big conversation to have, but I just can't wait to get to Master Rank. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyway, see you on the next one.